Philippians 2:12 says, "Work out your salvation with fear and trembling." Now, many take this to mean you must work for your salvation, which would be a blatant, merit-based, reward-based salvation. Notice Paul calls his readers beloved, a word which he always uses for Christians that are saved. He's not telling unbelievers to work for their salvation. He's telling believers that are already saved to work out the salvation they already have. Notice he doesn't say work for or work on your salvation, but to work it out, meaning to live it out publicly. Additionally, there's another very plausible interpretation, is that he's not speaking of eternal salvation here, as he doesn't say that. He's speaking of deliverance from trials or persecution. In Philippians 1, he refers to being saved from his imprisonment through the prayers of the church and general vindication through that persecution, through suffering. Ephesians 2 says we're saved by grace through faith, not of works. Romans 4 says that if Abraham were justified by works, he could boast. So to interpret this as work for your salvation would perhaps be the most merit-based salvation one could ever propose. In the next chapter, Paul even says he doesn't want to be found having his own righteousness, which is of the law, by obeying the law, the same one Paul says we ought to obey for our Christian walk. But Paul says he wants to have Christ's righteousness, which is given by faith, not by obeying the law.